Hello, everybody. Ivor Chester here, your balance coach. I'm refilming something that I've done in the past because there were some bad video issues upon reviewing it. So I wanted to go ahead and redo this. So if you've heard this material before, just know that it's not, I'm not having memory issues more than normal. And it's not deja vu, it's just deja filming. All right, so what we're going to be re-talking about today is the concept of saying no. Now, boundaries are one of the most important things in your life that will ever illustrate to other people that you understand your worth. Now, by the way, it's been shown that people will think that you're self-centered, aggressive, willful. They'll paste you with a lot of negative things because you have the audacity to say no to their requests. Now, of course, I have to cover both bases, and if you swing to the other side and say things, you say no to just about everything, then you're probably isolating. You might be just a little bit too much turned in or fearful. So there is a balance. What I'm talking about, though, is having the chutzpah, the backbone, to sit there and go, no, I don't want to go help you move this weekend. I've already got an appointment, or I've promised my kids I'm going to be with them for the Little League game or a dance recital, or you already got something else going. Just know you don't have to explain it. Well, let me go ahead and get into it. This is from a group that I do live in the psych hospitals called exactly that, 9 Practices to Say No. There is a blog version of this as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first one is the most important because it lays the groundwork for all the others. If you don't get this first one, you're not going to get the rest. You'll fail on this. And number one is to know your no. To know your no. Okay. Know what it is that you're going to say no to. Identify what's important to you and acknowledge what's not. Okay. When we bought this house, or if you own a home, it is required that by the realtor that they're going to send out somebody to lay out the boundary lines so that they know what is your house and what is not. When you mow your lawn, when you are going to put out a new driveway, or if you're going to somehow improve your property, you have to make sure you know what you're not going to be getting into. In other words, you're not going to get on your neighbor's space. So these property lines are very similar to the emotional boundaries, the physical boundaries, spiritual boundaries that we lay, that we're going to sit here and say to people, no. So you have to first know your no and know what you're going to say yes to. These are priorities, okay? Make sure in your life you know what you're going to say no to and what you really want. Of course, what you want, you have to find out what you want. When you find out what you want, what you've set up in dreams, what you've set up in priorities, what you've made a dream board about, what you've set your goals and objectives to, when you get that set, then you're going to realize what you don't want. For example, if you're going to go to school, you say, well, I'm going to go back to school, which is a great idea. But if you decide you're going to go back to school, then that means you're going to have to save your money and not go to so many parties. I got no problem with parties. Recreation is very important. But you're going to know what to say no to. All right, next, be appreciative. If somebody asks you for help, they say, gee, can you listen to me for a while? And they always want you to sit there and listen, but you never hear anything new. Or they just want something that you're just not in the mood to be tending to. Be appreciative. Be thankful. It's nice that they thought of you to help them. If you're not on somebody's radar for something, then you're not part of the solution. Remember, life is a puzzle. And the pieces to that puzzle are provided by not only the life experiences that we have gone through, but the other people that you bring in to help solve that puzzle. And you're part of their solution as well. So be appreciative. It's almost never an insult when people make requests for your help. They're asking for your help because they trust you and they believe in you. So please be thankful. Gee, I appreciate you thinking of me. However, number 3, say no to requests, not the person. And make sure they know that. Okay? You're not rejecting the person, just declining their invitation. So make that clear. Let them know that what you respect about them, and maybe what you admire about what they're doing. Gee, I think it's great that you're standing up for your cause, regardless if it's a political cause you don't agree with. I've been asked to go over the years to people's political rallies or their causes for shelter animals, to the rights of the unborn, to this political cause, or whatever it is. I've been asked to go to these. I don't want to start a fight by going, are you kidding me? You want me to get involved? Don't you know I believe in this? I guess you can do that if you really want to start a fight. But the best way to do this, so you can keep good social connections, is to say something like, wow, thanks for thinking of me. I appreciate that. And it sounds like a great cause. Unfortunately, I've got something else going. Or I just can't this weekend. Or I'm really quite busy with what I'm doing. I wish you the best. Let me know how it goes. And that's all. Next one. Now be careful with this one. What number is this? Number 4. Explain why. There are 9 of them, remember. We're almost done. Explain why. Don't overdo this, though, okay? Give a 1 or 2 sentence thing. You don't have to sit there and, when you say no, and if they say why, you don't have to sit there and go, well, when I was 5 years old, and then you spend 45 minutes rationalizing your decision. No. You need to go, like I've already illustrated, you go, wow, that sounds like a good cause. It's just not something I'm into. I wish you the best. Let me know how it goes. Thanks. And you're done. That's it. By the way, silence works really good. If they say why, you go, I don't want to. It's not something I'm into. It's not a cause I really can invest in. One of those would be fine, but not all of them. And don't hem and haw. Look them in the eyes and say something like, wow, it's great that you're passionate about that. It's not really something I'm into. I'm really dedicating my interest to helping the shelters, or this political cause, or I'm working with my family right now. You're done. Next one. Next. Be as resolute as they are pushy. People can get pushy. I understand that. And they really may want you there to stand beside them when they're moving, or when they're working on some kind of family problem, or if they don't like eating lunch alone, or whatever. They want you to hold their hand for something. If they get really pushy, you have to be just as assertive of saying no. No, I cannot make it. And say you're sorry once. Don't over apologize, because you're standing up for the most important thing. And I'll get into this later. You're standing into the most important thing that you have, which is you. Okay? It's great that you have friends. It's great that they have causes. Everybody should have causes. Okay? That's fine. However, they're not allowed to bully other people into it, or intimidate, or manipulate them into it. No means no. Remember that. Always remember, no means no. We've heard it a billion times. But know this. If your no doesn't mean no, you're working too hard. No means no. So be as resolute. Some people just don't give up easy. Be that type of person where you don't either. Next, practice. Oh, by the way, if you're talking to your kids, and they try and worm you down, well, can I have a cookie? Or can I have a couple of cookies? No. Well, can I have one cookie? No. But how about if no? Okay. Kids know that if they keep coming at you for 5 or 10 minutes, that eventually dad or mom will give in. No. Just no. No means no. Okay. We all had the parent look. When we were kids, you knew that look that your mom or dad could give you, where they just turn and look. Okay, that means no. All right, I'm done. I'm going to go play with the fish or something. No means no. So yes, back to the next one. This is 6. Practice. Practice. There is no shame whatsoever standing in front of a mirror and looking into it and saying, and let's say you're talking about your boss. You have to talk to your boss, and your boss is one of those people that often asks you to work for the weekend, and you don't want to work this weekend. So you have to practice in front of a mirror and go, yes, good morning, Mr. Smith. No, I'm sorry, I cannot work this weekend. I have something else going. Yes, I understand it's really important, but I really have this going. Now, practice in the mirror, and the other line of this is with anybody, be it a boss or a spouse or kids or whatever, that you have to kind of weigh what you're risking by saying no. The most important person in your life is you. Even if you're married. I've been married 25 years in a couple of months. Know this, if you can't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of your kids and your wife. People may call you selfish. And if you do it wrong, you will be selfish. But there are times where you have to buckle the seatbelt on you first before you put it on and help somebody else. Take care of you. When I'm working with people in psych, I'll tell them, when you check out of the hospital, when you go back into the regular workaday life that you've got, and your loved ones don't understand you saying, I need time to recharge so I can get back on my feet, then the problem is with them, not you. It's not you being weak. You're just a little vulnerable, and you need to reset. And there's no shame in that whatsoever. So you can practice in front of a mirror and practice in front of friends or family. And say, look, I've got to talk to my boss or a coworker. What do you think if I say it this way? That no, I'm not really interested, or that I don't want to go and do that today. Ask people. I asked my wife. I've asked my kids about certain things. I've asked coworkers. I bounce the idea off them. What do you think? And they'll give you some insight. They may say, well, Ivor, you can be kind of intimidating. Don't stare them in the eye too long, or don't get too close, or watch how you gesticulate, or whatever. But whatever it is, they're going to give you some helpful insight. And please take it. Practice is good. Coming up, establish a preemptive no. If you arrive at a party and you know that person's going to be there, and you've heard they're going to ask you to do something like, would you make a toast? Or would you help me move this weekend, or can you work for me tomorrow, or something when you get to work? Walk up to them, seek them out, go right up to them and go, hey, how's it going? I hear you've been wanting me to ask me to work for you. Gee, I got to tell you right up, I just can't do it. I'm too busy. I am socked in. I'm sorry though, okay? All right, ask me another time, okay? But not today. And again, this goes way back also too. You're saying no to the cause, or what the request is, not them. You don't want them to think that you're making it personal. All right. Be prepared to miss out. People don't think about this one. Some of us have a hard time saying no because we just hate to miss out on an opportunity. And that's a good thing. Okay? You don't want to miss out on opportunities. There's a need to be social. There's a need for you to be out there meeting people and rebuilding your social handles and practicing your social skills. However, you're going to miss certain opportunities. You're going to miss that party. Why? Because you got to finish reading that book, because you got to do a report, or because you have to rehearse about saying no, or you have to work to make a little extra money for the family. You're going to miss out on some things. That's called a season, and that season may last days, months, weeks, years. It's just a season. Work to make it just that. And then finally, gather your courage. Gather your courage, okay? If you're someone who is used to saying yes, it will take courage to say no, especially if the person asking doesn't give up easily. You may feel bad by saying no to a friend. This thing, and I mention these a lot, these moments where you say no and how they choose to respond to you standing up to yourself is a winnowing moment where you get to choose, they get to choose how to treat you in their life. If they get all bully about it, gosh, you're being so selfish. What a jerk. Okay. If they get that way, you get to sit here and go, I guess I just don't need that person in my life. And that's okay. Say no. Move on. Be there. Be yourself. It's like this sounds kind of harsh, but it's kind of like the trash taking itself out. You'll start to winnow down who the real people, the core people in your life are that you can really trust, that you can really rely on. And you become one of those people as well that you can rely on. They can rely on you in their life. So gather your courage. It's not going to be easy. So after you've tried these practices, you'll start working less and start spending more time on what you want. See, that's the benefit. You say no to the superfluous, to the extras, to the superficial, the things that are outside your goals and objectives, and you start saying yes to what you really want. People complain that they don't have what they want in life. You know why? Probably because they're saying yes to just too much junk. All right? If you can hire a kid to mow your lawn, then you get to not go outside and sweat and get sick if the heat bothers you, or you get to spend more time working on writing or whatever it is that you do want to do. If you can take a walk around the block instead of just sitting around and watching Facebook, then you get more health. You start getting what you want in life. That is the ultimate thing. Be that type of person. So you can start having a life that has purpose, a life that impacts others, and a life that has meaning. And for that, I think everybody can say yes to. My name is Ivor Chester. You can find me at ivorchester.com. You can see me at Twitter and Instagram at ivorchester3. And we're going to be starting up something in October where we're going to be having Zoom meetings where people can get together and exchange some ideas. And we'll be having a group online. If you want more information, we'll be posting it soon on the Ivor Chester website, and of course here at Facebook at Had Enough Guy. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you out there. Until then, God bless you. Bye-bye.